Loop is live in 10 seconds, guys. Loop is live in 10. Loop is live. Richard, Ronda, Brad, Chet, and Mark was how they finished up last round. Let's see what happens here in qualifying round number 3. So a reminder, Pro Nitro Truck will be the first heat up in the morning. 7 to 9 a.m. will be practice. Then Pro Nitro Truck, then a couple lower open mains, then Pro E-Buggy, a couple more mains, Pro Nitro Buggy, a couple more open mains, do it all over again. So Ronda, Dennis, Mark, and Richard, and Lerone is how they come across 2 laps into this one. And now Richard will go back to that top spot and take it away from Ronda. So Richard working in that roller on the left-hand side of the track through the chicane and down the straightaway he goes. Into that little bowl corner there. The King once again flying up over that crossover section. Ronda Drake in the 2, Dennis Wilson the 3, Kendall 4, Brian 5, then Mark, Lerone, Jason, David, Dominic, Tobias, and Boris. Richard continues to stretch out that lead a little bit. Ronda trying not to let him get too far away, but it's a 2.6 second advantage right now. Ronda in the 2, Dennis Wilson the 3, Kendall 4, Jason 5, top 11 drivers, including Dominic, Kendall, Mark, Brian, Tobias, David, and Lerone, all on TQ pace ahead of Kelly's time of a 22 and a 14.22. It is a 24-lap pace once again out front for Richard Saxton. He goes 34.9 last time by, has 34.7 on lap number 3, best lap of the race. Ronda Drake sits 4.3 seconds back of him. And then Dennis another 3.5 back of Ronda. Caution in Daytona and clear. .430 down, 9:30 to go. Ronda, Dennis, Richard, Jason, and Dominic, your top 5. The entire field down to 9 on TQ pace, all on 23-lap runs. Ronda now back to the top spot of a 45.1 out of Richard. Ronda down and into that pop table triple now. Heading to the back section of the track. Working her way back into the infield here, out of the in and out, up over that roller on the left, and down the straightaway. We'll see if she holds on to it as she comes across the line. She does, 1.2 seconds up on Richard. She'll be right there behind Jason. Jason, you do have a leader there behind you. Uh-oh. A little bit of a bobble, it appears, out of Ronda there as she was coming on that right-hand side of the track. So that will definitely give the spot back to Richard now, who has already reeled within 0.3 of a second before that mistake was even counted. So it's going to be Richard, then Ronda, Dennis, Mark, Dominic, Jason, Kendall, Brian, Tobias, and David, all on TQ, top 10 drivers. Then Lerone, Boris, and Brad, and Chet. So Richard with a 4.3 second advantage on Ronda. Kendall and Jason both go best laps of their race right there, 3 and 4. Dominic running a top 5, 6:45 down, 7:15 to go. Well, the fuel window is upon us and pit stops are happening. Seven down, 7 to go, halfway home here in 40 plus Nitro Buggy. Richard continues to lead him around on a 23 at a 14:03 pace. As he works into that in and out elevated corner, out of it he goes. Over the roller and down the straightaway is Richard into Daytona now. So he comes there on his fuel lap, 42.7. We'll see how the rest of the field works out with their fuel lap as he goes back into that AstroTurf section. What a clean lap here for Richard. Let's check the time on it. 35.5 right there. Absolutely flying. No other driver has gone 35.5. He has fast lap of a 34.7. But right there we just witnessed a 35.5. No other driver in the field right now has even gone into a 35.5. The best on the track is a 35.7 from Ronda in that 2 spot. So Richard continues to stretch it out. Now it's a 14-second advantage. Dominic has moved up to the 2 ahead of Ronda. It's 23 lap paces for your top 4 drivers. Top 9 drivers still on a TQ pace. Ahead of the time of Kelly Weir of that 22 and a 14:22 pace. So Richard still out in front. Ronda still in the 2 now as Dominic goes 41.4. And he shuffles his way back down the leaderboard to that 4th position. With 9:30 down and 4:30 to go. 9:30 down, 4:30 to go. Open E-Buggy Heat 1 of 3 up next. Open E-Buggy Heat 1 of 3. Ten down, 4 to go. 10 down, 4 to go. Richard, Ronda, Jason, Kendall, Dominic, top 5. Dennis, Brian, Tobias, Mark, and David, your top 10. Then it's Lerone, Boris, Brad, and Chet. Ronda holding off 2 through 7 right there. Not anymore. Jason will move to the 2 spot on a 36 flat. Best lap of his race. Richard, Ronda, Jason, Dennis, and Kendall, your top 5 in this one. Ronda takes that spot back from Jason Smith as she goes 36-2 to his 37-2. So she moves 1 second back into the 2 spot with 11:40 down and 2:20 to go.
Two minutes left.
So Richard continues to stretch it out with 12:30 down, 1:30 to go in this one. As he works into the pop table triple here on a 23:14.06. Top 8 drivers are on 23 lap runs right now, but Richard 15 seconds up on Ronda. Now Jason in the 2. Ronda has a 44.6 that time by, so she shuffles way down the leaderboard to the 5 position now.
1 minute left.
Richard, Jason, and Dennis, your top 3. Kendall 4, Dominic 5, Brian. Oh, now Ronda goes up to 6, then Tobias, Brian, Mark, David, Lerone, Boris, and Brad, the rest of the running order in this one. Final 20 seconds of race number 8. Race number 9, Open E-Buggy. You guys are up next. So the master clock expires. Keep racing until I call you done. Keep racing until I call you done. Bring him to the line, drivers. Bring him to the line. Bring him to the line. When you cross the line, you will be done. Richard Saxton takes the win, 23 to 14.03. I believe to go 3 for 3 in 40 plus there. Kendall Bennett will go 4 And if he finishes up here strong, he's battling a little bit with Dominic there. Jason goes 2, Dennis 3. Just waiting on Kendall now to finish. All stop, all done. All stop, all done. So it'll be Richard, Jason, Dennis, Kendall, Dominic, Tobias, Brian, Ronda, Mark, David are all better than TQ. So that is your top 10 for the round here in qualifying round number 3 for your 40 plus Nitro Buggy.